Viper2345 coming to you with a review for a 1993 side-scrolling platformer called Rocket Knight Adventures. It was released by Konami a year after Sunset Riders and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist released. So let's start this thing. The plot is you are a possum knight, yes, an opossum knight named Sparks, who has to stop his kingdom from being taken over from these pigs. I'm not sure what they're called, but alright. As you can probably see, that this game is your basic side-scrolling platformer, aside from one little twist. Your jetpack. Which works like this. Okay, hitting the attack button like rapidly just makes you swing your sword over again. But if you hold down the button, you'll see that meter on top of your health bar charges. If you let go of the attack button, your jetpack goes off. So, alright, one thing to notice about this game is that most of the enemies are mechanical. They're pigs, but they always ride some kind of machine. The graphics in this game are quite good. They don't look very detailed, but it's not the detail, it's the visual effects they put in the game, which you'll see more of them here pretty soon. I mean, they're not very impressive now, but they were really impressive back when this game first released, which is back in early 1993, so... These things. Your jetpack works in like a few different ways. If you just do the jetpack when you're standing still, you do a spin move very similar to Sonic the Hedgehog's spin attack, but it's different. If you hold it in a direction and let it go, you'll fly in that direction. So I'm not sure if you can fly straight down. I haven't tried that yet. But there's ground there. That probably not. It's just going to make you do a spin move, I think. The music in reality is not terrible, but most of it is not very memorable. You won't remember most of the music in this game, believe it or not. Not saying that it's like bad music. I mean, it's like Genesis got has some games with bad music in it, but this is not one of them. So. Nice little visual effect with the river, as you can probably see. Alright, here's where this can get annoying. This game is quite difficult, believe it or not, but... It's not like impassably hard like Mega Man 9 or anything like that, but... I haven't played Mega Man 10 yet, so I can't tell you how hard that is. Even though I heard it had an easy mode, but I'm getting off subject here. Oh yeah, and these parts. There are parts in this game that involve you that turn it into a side-scrolling shooter, as you can probably see. So. These parts really exactly aren't very fun, and this one just gets really irritating later in the game where you have to fly through space to get to this one ship. I don't even remember that part very well, but. Because I only played this game for about like a year or so. I just recently found this. So. It's really underrated though. This game is very good. I think it's actually one of, if not the best platformer aside from Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, on the Genesis. So. But it's still really, really good. So. Jeez. That was dumb. There we go. There are some. This game can be pretty funny at times too, as you can see the pigs with their butts on fire. Yeah, not to mention that if your jetpack hits something, it will go all over the place, so you need to be careful. Alright, this is where it can get annoying. I might die here. Alright. Maybe not. I'm pretty good at this part. I'm not perfect. I'm going to get hit at least once. I can guarantee it, but... Yeah, this game's got a lot of impressive visual effects for somewhat early Genesis game. Out the door. Boost, bounce off the walls, get a whole bunch of gems, which do nothing but increase your score. Not saying that's a bad thing or nothing, but, you know. I'm not going to get past this stage. There are very few stages in this game, but there are very, very long, so... At least as far as my review is going to go, so... I'm probably not going to get past the, I'm probably going to get to the first boss I'm going to stop, so... Unfortunately. The jetpack is probably one of the coolest things in any 2D side-scroller, though. With how fast that Sparkster moves when you set it off, people could easily call this a Sonic the Hedgehog ripoff, but it really isn't. It's a really good game. It's really original. Aside from the fact that you're playing as an animal. And here comes the first boss. It does this weird thing right here. Watch this. Yeah, it's this thing that he does right here kind of irritates me, but... And they're all dead, so... Back to slamming... That tail thing he does drives me crazy. Alright. Yeah, he's done. Well, I'm going to stop there. Okay. Rocket Knight Adventures is a very interesting video game. It has a very cool twist to it with the jetpack. Unfortunately, it didn't really take off due to the fact that Konami of America advertised Sparkster as the character more than they did the game, leading people to believe that all they're trying to do is capitalize on the success that Sonic the Hedgehog brought. So people just dismiss it as an instant Sonic the Hedgehog knockoff, which it's not, as you can possibly see. It's a shame too, because this game is really underrated, and if they would have took a look at it, they would have loved it, and this game probably would have been sold more, which it barely sold any copies when it released, which really sucked. And this might have been a full-fledged series. I know that they're releasing a revival to it later this year. It doesn't really look that impressive, but I'm probably going to get it anyway because I'm a huge fan of these games. The game had 2 sequels, but I'm not going to get into those. Maybe later, but not now. And I know that I've been reviewing both Genesis and Konami Genesis titles for the past like few reviews, and that's going to stop next review. I think I'm going to go to another console, probably the Super Nintendo, see if I can get anything obscure there. I don't know, I always was a big fan of Konami's 16-bit titles, but I guess that's all I really can find to review. But that's beside the point. I need to stop saying that. So, is this game worth it? Yes, it is. You should pick it up. Oh, I think it's kind of rare. It's definitely worth it. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, platformer on the Genesis, aside from the Sonic the Hedgehog titles. This is Vic Viper 2345 signing off. I will see you guys later.